I want to go to the Patriot Mobile Newsmaker line. Honored to have with us Mike Gibbons, running for the U.S. Senate from Ohio as a Republican. Mike, hope you're doing well today.
I am. It's a great day so far.
Good.
And I did enjoy listening to the interchange between Rand Paul and Dr. Fauci, Fauci.
Yeah, Rand Paul, Roger Marshall, I mean, these guys are calling him out, and Fauci clearly cannot handle these tough and direct questions.
Well, I agree, and I'm a bit biased here. Rand Paul's endorsed me, and in fact, we're heading to a fundraiser in 2 days that he's hosting for me down in Cincinnati. We're pretty much on the same page on this. I am not a physician. I'm a businessman, but from a business perspective, the CDC has lied and changed their minds so many times, represented by Dr. Fauci, that pretty much nobody in the United States that has a brain listens to him on anything, and the arrogance is beyond belief. You just can't question the guy, and he takes it personally. And then he tries to misdirect everything, that any questioning of him is causing people to threaten his life. So it's an impossible situation. I think we all just ignore him and read the studies. I mean, unfortunately, he's part of the state that unfortunately the Democrat Party sees as our guide in life, and he's a representative of that state, and he's not going to change. So let's just do our own research. This country's about individuals anyhow. Do your own research.
Well,
if you have comorbidities, be careful.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, don't be stupid. But you know what, Mike? The great thing about the United States Constitution is you have a constitutional right to be stupid. I mean, it's your decision to make. And I, too, am a business owner. And I would be horrified if I had to make or force my employees to reveal their private personal health information. We're just not going to comply with that kind of nonsense.
No, I'm in the middle of that situation right now, and I'm still a business owner, and we have quite a number of employees that are either joining us or whatever that aren't vaccinated. And luckily, I have partners that are intelligent people and said, we're not going to force anybody to do anything. But I'm in a client service business. So if I don't have vaccinated people or they don't meet the standards of our clients, we've got to, make accommodations. And we're doing that. But it's a tough time. We have to bend and be creative in how we handle it. But I'm not going to tell anybody that they have to get a vaccination. I don't think the state can either.
Mike Gibbons is on the Patriot Mobile Newsmaker line. You folks in Ohio listening, pay attention. He is running for the U.S. Senate seat. And Mike, this really is a must-win seat for the Republicans. I want you to share your bona fides with us when it comes to being a conservative.
Well, I am not. I've never held elective office. I'm an investment banker. I started with a desk and a phone 30 years ago, and it's now. And we started one of the largest middle market firms in America. I've convinced CEOs and CFOs all over the world to listen to my ideas and trust me with some of the most important transactions those companies have ever done. I found out I was a conservative in my sophomore year of college. Now, up until then, I really hadn't considered it. My dad was a high school teacher and a wrestling coach. Our family is about sports. But I took a course in political. One of my first courses, I ended up majoring. One of my majors in college was political philosophy. And I read Constitutional Liberty by Friedrich von Hayek. I knew that day that I was conservative. And political philosophy has kind of been my hobby over the years. I'm kind of an insomniac, and I read more than I had to. Let's put it that way. And I can't. I'm a conservative because it works. and no liberal theory that I've ever seen put in use has ever worked. I don't understand why people just can't empirically see the empirical evidence and say, let's keep doing it the way we've done it as a country and use the things that work. and they're conservative things.
You see, Mike, I'm with you, and that's why I get it's an education process. I mean, if you are someone who enjoys debate, if you enjoy
Yes, I do.
intellect. Yeah, I mean, it's for intellectual. I mean, it really is about winning the intellectual argument, and you've got to do your homework. You've got to read. You've got to study. And I did the same thing when I was in high school and into college, and I realized, hey, wait a second, these ideas make sense to me. And when you take the time to do that, instead of all the smoke and the lights and the mirrors, and there's nothing wrong with that, but at the end of the day, this is about educating yourself, and that's what we've got to do, I think, to raise up this next generation of conservatives in the party.
We do, and we're not doing a very good job of that right now, and that's why, I gave a speech last night down in Westerville, Ohio, and they said, how can we fix what's going on? Because I consider wokeism and what's going on in this country. It's being spewed out there to our children. The large corporations have adopted it. The media has gone all in. We've got to beat this.
You're right.
This is a very dangerous philosophy, and it starts, in my mind, in what the average voter can do. What I can do is go out and make sure our school board candidates don't believe in this philosophy. And I say this every time I get an audience. Get out there and get involved in your school board. Because what the left is trying to do is indoctrinate our children at a very young age to ideas that are destructive. And we can't let it happen.
All right. I want you to share with our listeners where can they go if they want to get more information on your campaign and how they can get involved, Mike.
Well, we certainly love volunteers, and we can use all that we can get. We built a very significant campaign organization. You'll like this, Todd. I have a bus, actually an RV that we've wrapped, and my wife and I are going to travel the state for the next 4 months. We've got a very effective advertising campaign going on, and we're trying to meet every voter that has an interest in meeting us, and I want to hear what they have to say. I think that Ohio is still a conservative state. It's a red state. They've got to know that I stand for their values, and I've got to convince them of that. So if you're interested in helping our campaign, GibbonsForOhio.com.
All right,
you can get my bio and beliefs laid out for you very succinctly there.
Mike, good stuff. If you're on the road in the RV, you got to head over to Findlay, Ohio. My managing editor, his folks, his people are there. And from what I understand, Findlay's a pretty nice town.
Yeah, but Findlay is a great town. I had not been there in many years, and have gone through there. It's they're the headquarters for Marathon Oil, and the company has done a lot for the city. It's a very prosperous town, beautiful town.
And, of course, the hometown of Ben Roethlisberger, too. So, there you go.
Yes.
Good people out there. All right. Well, Mike, good luck. We're going to get you back on the show. We got a long time, a lot of ground to cover between now and the midterms,
yes,
and we wish you the very best of luck out there.
Great talking to you, Todd. Thank you.
All right, Mike Gibbons, you got it. Mike Gibbons, running for the U.S. Senate, never held office before, but he's a businessman, and I like that. We tried that experiment out with Donald Trump. Never run for office. He's a businessman, and it turned out pretty darn well for the country. So let's see how things go there with Mike and his run for the U.S. Senate.